The first issue we'd like to see addressed in this year's budget is the chronic underfunding of social care. Since 2010, there's been around £700 million drop in real terms funding for social care, but need is growing all the time, and 85% of local authorities now provide care only for people with substantial or critical needs. So we'd like to see that gap filled. Although the government has provided additional funding, this hasn't been ring-fenced, and in our view it's not enough to halt the downward spiral. Action urgently needs to be taken to ensure that older people aren't left to struggle on with inadequate support. Around 6 million people in the UK are living in fuel poverty, so we'd like to see action to invest in energy efficiency to help people keep warm and well. By far the best way forward, we think, is actually to invest in improving the housing stock in the UK, and that'll leave a legacy for the future as well. And we think the work that the government has already done on the Green Deal and what's called ECO are all a step forward, but they're insufficient. So we'd like to see much more funding go into energy efficiency work, and believe that this money could come from the carbon taxes that government will start to receive. We hope that the government will also take action to help older workers to earn and save. People in their 50s and older who lose their jobs are more likely than any other age group to suffer longer term unemployment. So the steps that we'd like to see taken would be actions such as improved access to training so that people can brush up their digital skills, work with employers to encourage them to offer flexible working options, action to tackle age discrimination, and of course we do need to remember that not everybody is able to carry on working right up to state retirement age, so support for them really needs to be maintained. There has been some good news on pensions recently, in that the new scheme of auto-enrolment into a private pension with the right to a contribution from your employer started last year. And in addition to that, the government set up a new National Employment Savings Trust pension scheme called NEST for short, which is specially designed to meet the needs of people on low and modest incomes. However, NEST is subject to restrictions. There's a cap on the amount you can put in and a ban on transfers into the scheme, and we think those restrictions need to be lifted as soon as possible. An often unnoticed part of everyday life, but actually a really essential one, is making sure that everybody has a convenient and safe way to pay for things. They're things like current accounts, cheques in some cases, cash withdrawals are really an essential part and an essential gateway to other services like paying for energy. We'd like to see the government taking action to ensure that everybody has a convenient and safe way to pay for things.